Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with 200 adventures by myself, Rangsk. I always steal the the milestone slots. I hope you'll forgive me for that. But also something I hope you'll forgive me for is we have double arrows again, 3 in a row. This is all coincidental. We had 2 new setters who got the new setter slot where they get featured right away, and then I took the 200 slot, and I made this puzzle a couple weeks ago, and I said, hey, we haven't had very many double arrows. Maybe I'll set a double arrow puzzle. Well, there you go. I think other setters had the same thought. Anyway, enjoy this 3rd double arrow puzzle in a row. Consider it the boss battle of our double arrows. Maybe what you've learned from the previous double arrow puzzles will help you in your journey here. But anyway, what are the rules to this puzzle? Well, in every row, every column, and every 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have double arrows in the grid. So digits on a line are the same as the digits in the circle. So we have 2 circles, they're attached by a line, and the sum of the 2 digits in the circles is equal to the sum of all the digits on the line. So in this case, we could do, say, 3 plus 3 is 6, and this could be 2 plus 4 is 6. That would work fine. For this one here, don't get too confused. It works exactly the same, but say this was a 4, then this could be 1 plus 3. All right, or if this was 5, this could be 1 plus 4 or 2 plus 3, right? It's just these 2 add to this cell. So this one actually can't be drawn as an arrow, but you can think of it as a normal arrow where the circle is here and then the arrow covers these cells. I think this one could have been drawn as an arrow, but why introduce a new rule? Anyway, those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try it yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. All right, so the place to start here is, let's think about this is a very long line, right? So it makes sense to think about what the minimum of the line is and what the maximum of the circles is. Well, the max of the circles is easy. It's 12. It could be double 6. So if this is double 6, adding to 12, the minimum this could be, well, in this box, we can have a 1, 2 pair. In this box, we can have a 1, 2 pair. And in this box, we can have a 1, 2, 3 triple. If you add that up, that's 3 plus 3 is 6, plus another 6 is 12. So that is what it has to be. These have to be minimum, and these have to be maximum. So we get these right away. You may notice that this 1, 2, 3 triple has a 3 down here, so this can't be a 3. You may also notice that 6 is placed in this column, can only be here. That leaves a 4, 5 pair here, placing a 3. That leaves a 4, 5 pair here, and there's a 4, 5 pair in this box. And then these are from 3, 4, 5. So we get all of those pencil marks right away. And now hopefully the puzzle leads you to think about this arrow here. And this might be a little bit of a fiddly spot, but first you should notice that these are the same digit as each other. And that's because of this 4, 5 here, right? Or you can think about where this goes in this box, however you want to think about it. These 2 have to be the same digit as each other. They're either both 4 or both 5. Well, what happens if they're both 4? And you'll probably guess it breaks just because I'm trying it first. And I made the puzzle. Anyway, it clears 4 out of these. And so these 2 add to 4. So these 2 add to 8. So these 2 have to add to 8. Well, this cell can't be 2 or 6. So we can't do 2 plus 6. We have to do 3 plus 5. But if you just look at this at a glance, it seems fine. This is a 3, 5 pair. This is a 3, 5 pair. What's the problem? Well, it's the same thing that we had here. It forces these 2 to be the same digit. And if these 2 are the same digit, we can't do 3 and 5. We'd have to do 6 or 10. We couldn't add to 8. So it actually doesn't work. Which means this can't be double 4. So the only choice is for it to be double 5. So that places this 4 here. Now, if this is double 5, it adds to 10. This can't be also double 5 for obvious reasons. And so it has to be 4 plus 6. This can't be 6. We end up with 4, 6 like this. That's a 3. Right, and now you can actually look at 6s and see that you have most of them and place the final 6 here. All right, the next thing to look at, it might not be immediately obvious which of these arrows to look at next or whether there's just Sudoku to do. But if you look at this arrow, you actually get a lot of fruit out of that. So the rest of this row is 1, 2, or 4, and hopefully that's one that you would think to pencil, and then you would think about this cell here and how it's the sum of these 2. And because it's the sum of these 2, this actually sums to a minimum of 4. Because even if it was 1 plus 2, it breaks this cell. So it's 1 plus 3 minimum, and this is 4 maximum. So it ends up 4 as 1 plus 3. Lots of ways to think about that one. But anyway, we get the 1, 3 pair here. That gives us both of these are 2. Gives us the 1, the 1. All right, it also gives us this 5. Okay, so what's the next good thing to think about? I think thinking about this arrow is a bit fruitful. Well, first of all, in this column, oh no, I don't think you can place the 5. Yeah, if you think about this arrow, it depends on which arrow you think about first. Let's actually look at this one though. So what is the minimum value of these? It's the same here, right? Where if we actually did 1, 2 here, it would add to 3, but it would break this cell. So the minimum this can add to is 4, but this can't be a 6. So it's 4 or 5 only, which means these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's not a 4. But that makes a 4, 5 pair here, which makes this a 1 or a 2. And so by thinking about this one, it actually helps us because this box needs a 5 in it, and it can't be in any of these. So the 5 is here. So these 5s look in, this 5 looks down, places this 5. And this is now from 1, 2, 3. So now that this has a 1, 2, 3 on it, it's actually easier to think about this arrow. So first of all, can this be a 1? Well, if this was a 1, this would add to 3. This would also need to add to 3, but it wouldn't be able to use a 1. So that's not going to work. So this can't be a 1. If it was a 2, then this would be a 1 plus 3. So it'll be a 1, 3 pair. And it would only go this way. And if this was a 3, then this would add to 5. And we would be either 1 plus 4, which would have to go this way. But we couldn't do 2 plus 3 because the 3 would be used. And so the 1 always ends up here. Actually, you could have also just seen that that's where 1 goes in the... It's where 1 goes in the box after you've eliminated 1 from here, but I mean, you may as well just go through the cases and see that this is always 1. Anyway, that makes this a 2, 1 and 2. And that removes 2 as an option from here. So if this was 5, it would have to be 1, 4. Anyway, this is also 3 or 4 for the column, and that makes a 3, 4 pair. So that makes both of these a 2, makes this a 3. Okay, so what is the finishing touch on this? So it's the fact that these add to 4 now. So if these add to 4, these need to add to 4. So that's a 3, that's a 4, that's a 1 and a 3. I knew it was simple, but I was not looking in the right place. Now these add to 4, so that's a 4, that's a 5, and we're done. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this puzzle. I think it is on the harder side, but hopefully you can make your way through the logic. And if not, that's what the video is for, to help instruct you on how to get unstuck and continue. So yeah, I think my puzzles end up being on the harder side because I tend to rubber stamp my own puzzles, but hopefully you'll give me that every 100 or so. I can have a fun puzzle that I feature here. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this, and here's to another 200 and more. We're just going to keep going. We're stronger than ever. So many new setters coming in, a lot of interesting puzzles coming in, people experimenting with the new constraints to try out. So look forward to the future. We're constantly we're just going to keep going. We love it. So hopefully you do too, and if you do, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.